Shit, I'm the best thing on her. Shit, I am the shit. Monday, good Monday, good Monday, all. Glad to be here. We're going to talk about some sports. That's what Monday's all about, ain't it? And one of the most beautiful things is we can talk about God's sport. That's football. Yes, we're going to talk about some football. Football, and more football. But look, guys, I can't go any further because I got to recognize a super chat came in. My man, J-Dub, formerly known as Jeffrey Wood, come in with a $2.58 super chat. He said baseball score 6-3 Bears lose. Go to hell, J-Dub. But I can accept this. You know why? Because he talked trash to me in the super chat. When you talk trash to me in super chat, I'm okay with it. Shout out to J-Dub for the $2.58 super chat. He didn't have to, he chose to. And I appreciate the blessing. Thank you, sir. Now, Quinn gonna come here with some bullshit. No, Quinn, we don't care about your team score. Yeah, y'all 14-2. Nobody cares. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Look here, guys. I hope everyone had a beautiful holidays. I hope everyone enjoyed the Christmas they celebrated, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever religions they believe in to celebrate. I hope you was able to have a great one. I had a good one. We had spend quality time with the family. Everybody was able to get their gifts. We got to enjoy, build memories, and all that good stuff. Unfortunately, that's where it ended for me on Christmas. Because the day after Christmas, my team did not do nothing but give me more sad memories of a losing team. We now sit at 4-12. That's my team's record. My team is, in case you don't know, is the Chicago Bears. 4-2. That's where we sit right now. We have nothing to cheer for. We have nothing to look forward to as of right now. More than likely, we're going to lose again to the Green Bay Packers. We'll end up 14-13. Now, as far as our draft status, it's fluctuating. But we will talk about that. We will talk about our draft status. But let's get on this thing we call NBA basketball, guys. Now, traditionally, we all know that NBA is anonymous for really driving up the ratings on Christmas Day. But unfortunately for the NBA, they had competition called the NFL, Big Brother. Big Brother came through and did what Big Brother normally do. We take over the television. We dominate, right? And so with that being said, my man LeBron James took issue with this. He said, hey, guys, we understand y'all have y'all day on Thanksgiving. We respect that. We stand down, but allow us to have Christmas. Allow us to show some games on Christmas and allow us to get all the ratings. We got some catching up to do. Y'all had a head start ever since September. Now, we know nobody really paid attention to us until after February, February the 5th or the 7th or something like that? The Super Bowl's on? We understand nobody even pays attention to us, probably not even then. Really? It's not until late May, early June is when they start paying attention to us. And that's the NBA final time. Truth be told. But with that being said, at least allow us to have some time during the season to enjoy the viewers and for the viewers to enjoy us. But the NFL said no. Not so fast, my friend, as one Corso used to say on a regular basis. Not so fast. NFL King, we take over whenever we want to. So if we decide to come down on Christmas Day, then your ratings just have to suffer. Kiss my grits. We do what we want to do. Y'all do what y'all can. LeBron took issue, and it really didn't matter. LeBron's not even big enough for the NFL to take over. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say they didn't have a good game against Phoenix. It was a classic game. I'm not even Phoenix. I apologize. It was Golden State. That was a good game for them. Good game, a game they ended up winning. But guess what? You can't compete with the ratings. You just can't compete with the NFL, man. And it wasn't like it was an exciting game. It really wasn't. But just putting an NFL game on, it just takes away from the NBA, and they don't like it. Well, guys, let me tell you this. Put a better product on the court. Maybe, just maybe, somebody pay attention to you. But until that day comes, you will forever play second fiddle to whatever NFL game is on TV. Facts are facts. You got to accept it. There's nothing you can do about it. Guys, do me a favor. While we're here, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, shame on you. And if you would also do me a favor, make sure you share this with somebody who may be into sports. Right on? Do that for me. Well, let me say this. I give the NBA credit on this. They have a little bit of excitement. Because we had a fight breakout in that Houston and the Miami Heat game. For those who didn't see the highlight, let me show you some. Now, unfortunately, I know it's going to be a problem later on, and I'm going to have to edit it out. But for now, I need to make sure my subscribers see this. Miami Heat, Tyler Herro. And I don't know the guy's name, but he's one of the twins from Houston. Got into a little scuffle, altercation, a dust up. And Tyler went flying to the floor. It looked like an episode of WWE. Let's go. Guys, I mean, there's probably only excitement the NFL, the NBA going to have, really. If they have a fight, there's probably only really excitement people going to give them. It is what it is. Now, will this help the ratings? Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. But is that what it's going to take? They're going to need more of them. They're going to need some more dust-ups, some more altercations. Maybe some malices in the palace. Shout out for those who remember that back in the days with Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, Steven Jackson, Ben Wallace, and the rest of the Detroit Pistons. Unfortunately, Reggie Miller was on that Pacers team, and they wasn't able to go to the playoffs because they had a whole lot of suspensions and took a whole lot of good players out of the game. And even though during that time, they was winning, they was on pace to go to the playoffs. Unfortunately, that's just the way Reggie went out. But we're not going to talk about that. Unfortunately, the NBA is going to continue to suffer, especially during the NFL season. There's nothing you can do about it. You compete, try to compete, attempt to compete, beg, plead. Hey, let me tell you this. You know how you keep them off Christmas Day? Either buy them out or put a better product. Those are your choices. And that was it. My man Quinn said he was getting cooked by that white boy. My man Tyler Herro, former Kentucky player. Shout out to Tyler Herro. That dude's tough, man. That dude's tough. Don't mind talking some trash to you. He'll talk real bad to you. Tyler Herro. He probably can't fight a lick, but he gonna talk bad to you. He gonna jump in your face. He gonna talk slick and want you to store punch. You know who he remind me of? Bill Lambert with better game. Bill Lambert was like that. Bill Lambert couldn't really fight back in the days, but he showed talk trash. He got in your face and always getting his head split. Always get his head split. He always try to throw a cheap shot too. That's what Bill Lambert. It's crazy. Because the last time I seen Bill Lambert, he was coaching in the WNBA. He went from bully, instigator, antagonist from the NBA to a mild coach of the ladies of the WNBA. That's crazy. I couldn't believe that. When I seen that, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Bill Lambert coaching these ladies as crazy as he was? That's a shame. But that's just what it was. That's just what it was. Guys, the thing about the NFL, hey, games on Christmas Day, that Wednesday. I think it was like 3 games we played. And, of course, we all know the results of those games, right? And if you don't know, we're definitely talking about it. One game was played. Kansas City Chiefs beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 29-10. We had the Baltimore Ravens that night. The Baltimore Ravens played later that night. And the Ravens ended up beating the Texans 31-2. Now, at halftime, we got the opportunity to hear Beyonce sing all her country hits. Even though I thought they was trash, as well as the halftime show I thought was trash. But that's not for me to say. I know there may be some Beyonce, some Beehive fans that may, hey. And what are you talking about? How dare you speak ill of Beyonce? Hey, man, this country music thing, let me be honest, that should be a one-off. To make that a regular thing, don't do that, Beyonce. Country music is just not your thing. I don't think you're that good of a singer. Now, let's be honest. I don't think you're that good of a singer. I think you're a hell of an entertainer. But as far as a singer, hell no. Give me Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland can sing better than Beyonce. But they never promoted Beyonce. They never pushed Kelly Rowland like they did Beyonce. But that's a different story, too. I'm not going to get into that. It's sports. But I'm just saying. That's who it was on halftime. I wasn't impressed. Not at all. And the fact they keep on pushing Blue Ivy on us and her performance and dancing, yeah, she looked like she was a step behind. Now, I know some people may say, oh, man, she's a young girl. Why would you pick on that little girl like that? I'll just be honest, man. I just wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed at all. Not at all. Very shameful. But look, I'm all for polygamy. I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize. Not polygamy. I'm all for nepotism. I'm a fan of it. So when I hit, my son and my kids gonna hit. We all gonna eat. Everybody gonna have opportunity in the company. I believe in nepotism. So I understand what's going on with Beyonce and bringing her kids, and Kanye West bringing his kids, LeBron doing what he do for his kids. I have no problem with it. None at all. I understand. I encourage it. But damn, man, hey, if your child just ain't good, man, hey, man, I know she say she's what she want to do, but she needs some work. Get in the practice on the practice field. Get in the gym. Get her in a dance studio or something. She looked like she was a step behind. I'm just saying. Maybe it's just me. Or maybe it's just my television. Maybe my internet was slow. I don't know. Maybe my internet was behind. It wasn't her. My internet behind. We're gonna blame it on the internet. Let's keep going with these NFL scores, man. I believe that little girl alone. She ain't did nothing to me. I'm just saying. Unfortunately, the Seahawks beat my Birds 6-3. We can't buy a win, can we? Damn. Chargers over the Patriots 40-7. You had the Cincinnati Bengals still fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, winning 30-24 over the Denver Broncos. You had the LA Rams out there taking care of business against the Arizona Cardinals, 13-9. And the Philadelphia Eagles beating the brakes off the Dallas Cowgirls. The Dallas Cowboys, 41-7. You had Tampa Bay taking care of business. Now, the leaders in the clubhouse for the NFC South beating the Carolina Panthers, 48-14. Damn. You had the Buffalo Bills just demolishing the New York Jets. It was embarrassing. 40-14. You had the New York Giants beating the Indianapolis Colts. I thought the Giants going to play for a draft position, but I said, I guess they like, man, the hell, we don't want the number one pick. Hey, Raiders, we'll give it to y'all. Hey, Jacksonville, we'll let you have it. Hey, New England, you can have it. We don't want it. So we're going to continue to win. But look, the Raiders didn't help themselves either. The Raiders ended up beating the Saints 25-10. You had the Jacksonville Jaguars taking care of business over the Tennessee Titans, 20-13. The Dolphins killed out the Cleveland Browns, 20-3. Minnesota Vikings barely get by the Green Bay Packers, 27-25. You had the Washington Commanders had to come back to beat the Atlanta Falcons, 30-24. And tonight's game, the Detroit Lions, who's leading the NFC, playing against the 49ers. Now, the 49ers has nothing to play for. The 49ers have nothing to lose. The Detroit Lions do have something to play for because they not only want to win the NFC North, they also want to be the NFC champs. The NFC leaders and get that number one seed. They have Minnesota hot on their tail. And this game, if the Detroit Lions win today, their game's going to be decided, the NFC North, as well as the number one seed will be decided next week. So, with that being said, Philadelphia is still in the running for number 2 seed. Now, 2 seeds maybe going to get you 1-2 home games. Maybe. They get the 2 seed, you get 2 home games. But rather have it 1, and there's no way to get that 1. They just going to pretty much fight for 2. So, with that being said, I brought that up for a reason. My question to you guys, should Saquon Barkley play? Should Saquon Barkley play and try to get that 100 yards he needs to tie Eric Dixon and 101 yards to get the pass Eric Dixon? I want you guys to think about that. While y'all think about that, let me read this super chat. My man Big Ant 11 comes through with the $10 super chat. He said, hey, any new toys for Xmas, aka Christmas, for the holidays? Why, yes. Yes, I did. I did get some new items. If you are a member of the basement, if you haven't become a member, shame on you. You will get to see a behind the scenes. I'm tongue tied. I can't even say it. You will get the behind the scenes opportunity to see my new items. And for those who have not become members, I will drop the link so you can become a member. So you will get the opportunity of being a member of the basement. I will drop that. So for anyone who wants to become a member, the link is in the chat. And you will get to see you will get the opportunity to see that I have added some new items to my collection. Not only new toys, as my man Big Ant 11 calls it, because we don't call them, they call action figures and Funko Pops. Shame on you, Big Ant 11. You will not only see I added some new action figures as well as Funko Pops, you also see my new album collection. I got some bangers and I can't wait to display them. I cannot wait to display them. I promise you they were to be displayed. But let me say this. Shout out to Big Ant 11 for the $10 super chat. He didn't have to, he chose to. And I appreciate you. Thank you for the blessings. Not only that, brother, thank you for your service. And they always got some shit talking behind it. I'm trying to track you down. My man J-Dub said, tired of looking and knowing that Eric Dixon still has that rushing record. Yeah, he's got it. Saquon can get it if he plays. Now, I think if he plays, I think he's going to get them 101 yards he needs. I really do. I really do. I think he's going to get them 101 yards, and I can't wait to watch it happen. But let me say this, guys. Also, if you're a member, you're going to get the opportunity to see my new intro for my sports show. It will debut next Monday. Beginning of the new year, new intro. New intro. Shout out to the creator of my intro. The same one that created this intro and my Wednesday show intro is the one who created my new sports show. She did a fabulous job. Shout out to Tyler. Miss Red Lipstick Vibe. She hooked it up. She looked out for your boy. For a reasonable price, she blessed me with a new intro. And I can't wait to display it for you guys. My son got the opportunity. My brother-in-law got to see it. My wife was able to see it. They both enjoyed it. Thought it was great. Great job. I loved it. The first time I seen it, I loved it. Before the editing and the finish, I seen the I loved it. Shout out to my buddy Ty for coming through, a.k.a. Red Lipstick Vibe, for coming through, blessing me with a new intro. I can't wait for you guys to see it. If you're a member, you got the opportunity to see it early. I kind of slipped and made my membership public for a while. So if you was paying attention with your notifications on, if you got the bell on, you would have got notification, could have got a sneak peek because your boy slipped and then put a couple of his things on member on. But I quickly corrected it. So now it's back on members. So now you got to become a member to see it now. But if you caught me slipping, you could have seen it sooner. If you didn't see it sooner, shame on you. You got to wait till next Monday. And that's okay. That's okay. We got to wait. It creates patience for you guys. You guys need some patience. My man J-Dub said, only 101 behind. That's it. 101's going to get him the record. He's 100 yards for tying it, 101 from passing. Now, I don't know if he's going to play. Because really, Philadelphia don't have a lot to play for. They don't. So, they can't take the number 1 seed. They locked in at the 2 seed. What are you going to do? They locked in at the 2. So, there's really nothing to play for. Detroit and Minnesota's playing for that 1 seed. That's who's playing for the 1 seed. The winner of that game is going to get the number 1 seed in the NFC. Philadelphia's got the number 2. The loser of that game is going to fall to 5 seed and going to have to go to Tampa Bay. I think beat Tampa Bay, beat a 4th seed, either Tampa Bay or the winner of the West. Going to be the 4th seed. But that's pretty much what it has to be. So Philadelphia has really nothing to play for. So they could sit the starters. I don't know if Jalen Hurts going to play. He didn't play last week due to a concussion. So what's the use even playing him this week? Pickens didn't look too bad until he got hurt. I don't know what's wrong. He looked like he might have had a rib injury. Micah, I thought it was a late hit. You know, he's probably frustrated because his team ain't shit and his team is losing. And they're going home. They're going fishing, as my man Kenny Smith and the crew from TNT would say. So, Philadelphia will have nothing to play for. Be smooth. Hopefully all is well. Hope you had a happy holiday, my brother. Perfect scenario. 50 yards run and 50 yards run and then get out of the game. Well, let me say this. If he gets 250-yard run, that'd be a hell of a way to get that record. I'll tell you that. That'd be a hell of a way to get them one-on-one. I hope he does get it. I hope he does get it. I won't see him get it. I think that'll be a great opportunity for him to get it. Would they put him over to get that MVP? Yeah, why not? Let me say this. It helped Adrian Peters get his MVP when he went over the 2,000-yard mark. So I think, that would definitely help. Now, let me say this. Really, it's probably a two-man race for the MVP. Let's be honest. We all know it's a quarterback award. And so the two quarterbacks that's really in the running is Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And these last 6 games, Josh Allen's been balling. Now, the other game, he kind of laid an egg. He didn't do his typical Josh Allen type thing. But, man, what he's been done before them games, tremendous. One game he had 3 touchdowns in the air, 3 on the ground. Another game he had 5 touchdowns. That guy's been balling, man. He's on the MVP level, and there's not a lot of other quarterbacks saying he's can't say anything. He's been consistent. He's going to the playoffs. He's winning the playoffs. Now, he's yet to make it to the Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl. Matter of fact, neither one of these guys have been to the Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl, Lamar or Josh Allen. Is this your year? I really think Kansas City Chiefs are vulnerable, even though they are my preseason pick to win it again. I picked Detroit to play in Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs and Kansas City Chiefs to win. My pick's looking a little shaky, man. Let me say that. My pick is looking a little shaky because of the way Kansas has been playing, just scraping by. I don't think that's good. Now, fortunate for them, they can rest. They can rest not only this week, but they can rest next week and rest a lot of players. I know they got a lot of players on injury. They already said Mahomes is not playing this Sunday against the Broncos, so we'll see how that goes. I know Chris Jones is banged up and he needs to get healthy. He's a factor on defense. He's definitely a guy who demands a double team, and so he needs to get some rest. So I wouldn't be surprised a lot of Kansas City starters are not playing against the Broncos, which helps the Broncos because the Broncos has to win in order to get in the playoffs. So that's going to help the Broncos in that situation. But I don't know. Speaking on the Bears and this next year's draft, that's really the only thing I got to look forward to as a Bears fan. My team sucks ass. I can't sugarcoat it. My team sucks ass. And we need to get better. We definitely need to get a coach. We need to get some offensive line help. I also like to get a good pass rusher so we can help Montez Sweat from getting double team. So I think we need to get it in our good defensive tackle. I want both. I mean, we got the draft capital. We got 3 picks in the top 40 picks. So, more than likely we're going to finish it. Well, for sure we'll finish in the top 10 as far as the draft order. It's all about what offensive lineman we're going to look at or defensive lineman we're going to look at. Fortunately for us, this upcoming draft, the draft is going to be deep with defensive ends. So we don't even have to get one in the first round. We could get a possible get one in the second round. We do have 2 second-round picks. We have our second-round pick as well as the Carolina's second-round pick. So we got options. We also $80 million under the salary cap. We have options. But we got to do what we need to do to get our team better. First things first, we got to find a coach. We need to decide on what we're going to do with our GM. Is Ryan Poles, is he going to be our GM in the future? He's on his last year of his contract as a GM. Are we going to retain him? We got a lot of questions we got to answer as far as my team. But I want to go to the draft order right now. Currently, as we sit in the draft order. Currently, right now, on Monday, December the 30th, 2024, the New England Patriots are the number 1 pick. Follow with the Tennessee Titans at number 2, Cleveland Browns at number 3, the New York Giants at number 4. Number 5 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 6 is the Carolina Panthers. Number 7 is the New York Jets. Number 8 is the Las Vegas Raiders. And coming in at number 9, the greatest team in NFL history, the Chicago Bears. And the number 10 spot, New Orleans Saints. Number 11 is the San Francisco 49ers. Number 12 is the Colts. Number 13 is the Dallas Cowboys. Arizona is 14. 15 is Miami Dolphins. 16 is the Cincinnati Bengals. 17 is Atlanta Falcons. 18 is the Seattle Seahawks. Denver, Houston, Tampa, Chargers, Pittsburgh, Rams, Commanders, Packers, Baltimore, Buffalo. Right now, that's the order. Now, those picks I just named are not going to be in no particular order till after the playoff and after all of this said and done. But the lot, as far as what the NFL would consider under the lottery, we got all those teams that didn't make the playoff are your top 18. So that's where it sits as of right now. It can change. It will change depending on what happens this weekend. Now, looking at my team, could we move up? Yeah, we could. Or we could move back if we lose. I mean, we win. I don't see us winning over Green Bay, even though Green Bay really don't have nothing to play for because they can't move as far as their seed. Their seed can't get no better. But with that being said, we need to get offensive line and defensive line help. That's what the Birds need right now. We are in dire need of some lineman help. You know, I hope they make the right decision and do what they need to do to get us some help. I don't see. I mean, I know I heard rumors to talk about drafting Ashton Gentry. To me, that makes no sense. We don't need a running back. We don't need another receiver. We don't need no other position other than offensive line and defensive line, especially with our first 2 picks. I can go further about it. Our first 3 round picks need to be an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. Whether we pick it up offensive line first round, with Carolina's pick, we take a defensive line and take another offensive line with that second pick. I would be okay with that. I really would. Give me an offensive tackle and a guard and a defensive lineman. I'd be okay with that. I would even be okay with this scenario. Give me an offensive lineman. Give me a defensive end and then a defensive tackle with that second pick. And the second round pick. I'll take 2 defensive linemen and 1 offensive lineman as our first 3 picks. I will be okay with that. But to go out and get us a running back in them first 3 rounds, that makes no sense. That don't make sense. I don't think we need a cornerback or a safety in the first 2 rounds or a linebacker. I think offensive defensive line needs to be our priority. I think we need to push that to be the go-to positions that we look to get. We should be looking at no other positions but those 2 positions in the first 3 rounds. Now, me as a fan, I'm just speaking from fandom. Will they actually do it? I don't know. I hope they do that. To me, that makes sense for them to do it. Will they do it? Well, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? That's a different story if they actually will follow through and do what they should do. I don't know. I hope they make the right decision and get offensive lineman, defensive lineman in the first 3 rounds. But first things first, the most important thing right now we got to do is nail that head coaching position. I'm gonna do a special on it, on the head coaching candidates the Bears should pick after the season. When my season over, with the regular season over, and we have nothing to look forward to as far as the playoffs. We got to get ready for the April draft because my team won't be in the playoffs. We'll be on the outside looking in, like a lot of other teams. So I will be doing a video special talking about possible coaching candidate. Who should we get? Who we should stay away from? Who I don't even want to see for interview. One of the guys that I didn't want to see for interview was Bill Belichick. Guys, I understand he's a Hall of Fame coach. I understand he's 6. I understand all of that. But guys, I just feel like he's too long in the tooth, man. I just feel like he's too old to be still coaching, truth be told. But he's in college now. I don't know how long that's going to last. I didn't see that coming. But I just think the game has moved past him. And no shade to Bill Belichick. Great coach, Hall of Fame coach. You know what I'm saying? Does what he need to do. Got Super Bowls. He's a winner. But sometimes the game gets past you, man. It's a young man's game. Let's keep it real. And these young coaches out here doing their thing, man, they doing their thing. I want to see the Bears get a young coach. I want to see the Bears make a move and get us a young up-and-coming coach and go from there. J-Dub said the Bill Belichick would be good for the Cowgirls. Well, the Cowgirls they're gonna go in a different direction. I don't know if they're gonna get rid of Mike McCarthy. Hey, he's made it this far. He made it this far. I don't know. I don't know if the Cowboys are looking to get rid of him. Now, in my opinion, it makes sense for them to do that. But we know Jerry Jones does some more off the wall stuff sometimes. He makes his own decisions. He goes to beat at his own drum. Some of them decisions, boy, just leave you scratching your head like, what the hell was he thinking? And so now his son's kind of taking over. They part of the front office. That's that nepotism thing we talked about earlier. yeah, that's a nepotism thing I'm all for. Shout out to Jerry Jones. I think they should get rid of Mike McCarthy. I think they should move past him and move on and go in a different direction. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. I don't know if they're complete so on Dak. I don't know. Look, they got a lot of positions they need to fill. They still got to deal with Michael Parsons. What are they going to do with him? We all know how valuable a good defensive end is in NFL. They're very valuable. They're much needed. You need a good pass rusher. And truth be told, you really need 2. So your main pass rusher, your stud, don't really get double teamed. But they for sure need to sign him back. He's the best defensive player they got. And they continue to disrespect the man. Now, look, I ain't going to lie. Mike Parsons be saying some wild stuff, man. He be coming from left field with some of the things he say. I don't agree with half the stuff he say. Like the clip I seen yesterday talking about, well, if you take away the scoreboard, the Cowboys would have beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, they beat y'all. Man, they beat the brakes off y'all. What are you talking about? How do you lose 41-7? Talking about if you take away the scoreboard, we would have beat them. Yeah, hold on. Let me say this. They might need not sign him back just because he may be on some hard drugs that didn't nobody know about when he makes statements like that. What is he talking about, Mike Parsons? Well, that weed in Texas, boy, must be some strong stuff. I mean, for you talking like that crazy, that sounds crazy. Take away the scoreboard, we would have beat Philadelphia. Come on, man. In the words of my man, Boosie, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Come on. Really, Mike? Mike Parsons, is that what you really on? In the words of my man Duke from Menace Society, you know. Mike Parsons, you will. Yeah, Mike. Yes, you did when you make statements like that. You sound crazy. And I don't know if the wizard ain't going to save you from this drug test that they need to be giving you. Yeah, they don't just need to give you a pill test. They need to give you a follicle test. Because you on some strong stuff. I don't know what's in the water in Texas. You talking like that. If you take away the scoreboard, we would have beat Philadelphia. Come on, man. Accept your loss and what it is. J Dub said, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, stay off the weed. J Dub, he didn't stay off something. Because when you make statements like that, yeah, you on some strong stuff. He might got some of that sugar booger. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's crazy. I seen that. I heard that. I'm like, Mike, who's your agent, man? He might need to get you to muzzle up because you keep saying that's going to ruin yourself the opportunity to sign back in Dallas. Talking like that. You sound crazy. Guys, let's get to it. Let's get to it. I know y'all seen the thumbnail, guys, right? Huh? I know y'all seen the thumbnail. The thumbnail is the college football game. We got 8 teams left in the playoffs. Now, I know we still got bowl games, and those are all fine and dandy and good. But let's be honest, nobody really care about them. Nobody pay attention. Maybe the fans of them teams are paying attention to them. But the average fan, y'all read what it says. And then there was 8. We got 8 teams left in the 12-team playoff. We got 8 teams left in the 12-team playoff. Trevor One said, Mrs. Hink and Hink. Greetings to Mr. and Mrs. Hink. A quick flyby to say have a good evening and 2025 New Year's. Hink, be sure to follow through with your New Year's resolutions. Well, Trevor One, I will follow through with my New Year's resolutions like I normally do. Shout out to you for stopping by. Hopefully, in your flying over, you hit that like button, ma'am. And for the rest of you cats and kittens, hopefully you hit that like button for me. If you haven't done it, take the opportunity right now to give your boy a like. And if you will do me a solid, share this stream with somebody who you know will love sports. Make sure you let that be known. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you just a clown watcher. Shame on you. Become a member. Subscribe. And make sure you hit that like button. and share it with your family and friends and loved ones. Even your enemies need to get some of this knowledge, right on? Y'all understand what I'm saying? My man J Dub said, I like Micah. He needs to get the hell out of Dallas ASAP. I agree. Look here, let me say this. Dallas, I'd be willing to trade our first round draft pick for him. Right now, we sit at number 7. We'll give you number 7 pick of the draft for Micah Parsons. Yeah, I think it's a fair deal. A first for Mike. I think that's a fair deal. I'll be willing on doing it. And use our next 2 picks for offensive linemen. Why not? Now, will it happen? I doubt it. I don't think Dallas is that foolish to make that type of investment. But for some reason, if y'all slip and do that, we definitely going to oblige you. I promise you that. We will definitely oblige you on that pick. But let's get back to this college thing. We got 8 teams left. Game start on the 31st. And on the 31st, we have Penn State going against Boise State. 5 seed Penn State going against the 8 seed Boise State. 7:30. Can't wait. Tomorrow's first game of the 18 playoffs. Now, my opinion, I don't think that's an exciting game. It's not a game that I would drop everything to make sure I watch it. But I love football, so I'll probably pay attention to it. I love football, so I'm probably going to pay attention to it. But the game I want to see is at Ohio State and Oregon game. 1 versus a 6. Now, in the regular season, Ohio State lost to Oregon in the Big Ten. I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup. Heck of a matchup. So I'm looking forward to seeing that game. That's the game I'm looking forward to. You also have on January the 1st at 1 o'clock, Texas versus Arizona State. And the prime game of the night will be number 2, Georgia, going against Notre Dame. Now, for those who don't know, Carson Beck is not playing because he's out for the season. He had surgery. So they got their young up-and-coming superstar for Georgia playing this week. Same guy that led them to the SEC title game over Texas. I think it's going to be an entertaining game. This will be the young quarterback from Georgia's 3rd game. I think 2nd full game, but 3rd game period of getting to play because he got to play a little bit against in the SEC championship game. Oregon State. Georgia and Oregon in the finals. Now, I think Georgia has an easier path to get there because, unfortunately, Oregon has to play Texas, the winner of the Arizona and Texas State game, and I think it's going to be. Texas has to plays Arizona State, and Oregon plays Ohio State. If Oregon end up winning, they play the winner of their game. This could be a tough out. You went from playing a good team like Ohio State and beating them, and then you got to turn around and beat Texas. Ooh, that's a tough ask. And let me say this. I think even with Georgia being hurt, I still think they could get past Notre Dame and Penn State or Boise State, whichever one they get. Look, Kirby Smart's a good coach. We got to be honest with that. He's a good coach, and I'm sure he'll come up with some type of game plan to figure it out. My man J Dub said, we are Penn State. I heard you. Yeah, but I hope y'all beat Boise State. Talking about we are Penn State. J Dub, you better hope y'all beat Boise State. That's what you better hope. I got y'all beat Boise State. I think y'all beat Boise. I think Boise State run's gonna come to an end tomorrow. They had a good season. Had a good story with Ashton Gentry. You know what I'm saying? A Heisman candidate, runner up. You know what I'm saying? Rushed a lot of yards, did his thing. But I think their run's gonna come to an end tomorrow. I think Penn State's gonna get them. I think Penn State's gonna get them. I don't know about Oregon though, man. To beat Ohio State twice, ooh, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough outing, but I think it's possible. Let me say this: I used to like Ryan Day. I don't know about him no more. I don't know. I really think if he wants to keep his job, because let me say this: Ohio State had no problem with firing you, even when you make it to the playoffs. They don't have no problem with firing. They'll let you go. They don't have no problem with that at all. I always thought Ryan Day was going to end up leaving, especially when he started losing to Michigan a few years ago, especially after this one. This past year, losing to Michigan, that was rough. So I thought maybe he end up as offensive coordinator because he runs a hell of an offense. He runs a hell of an offense. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does get fired from Penn State. He won't be in the NFL, be an offensive coordinator or quarterback coach or something. Don't be surprised with that. But as far as my prediction for the weekends, let me say this. Let me go with this. Let me look at it, and I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Penn State over Boise State. I might have to put this in the trifecta, a parlay or something. We'll see. I'm going Penn State over Boise State. I'm going Texas over Arizona State. I'm going Georgia over Notre Dame, and I'm taking Oregon over Ohio State. That's my picks. You heard it here first, guys. Go log into your DraftKings, go log into your FanDuel, whatever other betting app site that you like to go to. Put a few coins on it and watch it happen. Watch it happen, guys. Because that's my prediction. We'll see if it works. If y'all lose, y'all come back to the hey, he was wrong again. But if I win, y'all make sure y'all give me my damn credit now. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all give me my props. With that being said, let me make sure before I sign off today, I display my Funko / action figure of the week as well. Our album of the week. And that is album of the week is Loose Ends. And that song you was hearing was You Can't Stop the Rain. They also got a great song on that same album, Slow Down. Because I can't take the heat. Slow down. But I know y'all seen that Funko and action figure of the week. And that Funko action figure of the week is Mr. T. Huh? Boy, if you don't know about Mr. T, you wasn't around in the 80s. If you don't know nothing about Mr. T, you wasn't around in the 80s. When Mr. T was on top, man, he was on top. He was in wrestling. He was on TV. He was in movies. I remember him as Clubber Lang in Rocket 3. He was B.A. Baracus in the A-Team. He also was in a movie. He was a cab driver. I forgot what the name of that movie was. Dang, I can't remember what that movie was. He was a cab driver in a movie. I remember one of the clips, they was back there making out, and he ripped the door off the cab and told him to get out of his cab. Oh man, shout out to Mr. T. I pity the food and don't eat myself. Yes. He's also it was a star in cartoons. He had his cartoon, guys. Y'all remember this cartoon? He had a cereal. Man, you talking about DC Cab. That's it. JW, all right. DC Cab. I remember that movie. Mr. T had cereal. I, I remember watching the movie Pee Wee's Herman Big Adventure, and he was mimicking. Said, I pity the food and eat myself. When I tell you Mr. T was hot, he was hot. I remember Eddie Murphy had a joke about Mr. T. Hey boy, you look mighty cute in them jeans. Now come on over here. And I ain't gonna say what he said. He said, come on over here and punch me. Yeah, for y'all guys who are a certain age, y'all know what I'm talking about. Boy, Eddie Murphy had that joke, man. It got delirious. It was his stand-up delirious. He said it on there, and it was one of the things he always said. I pity the food. Like I said, he used to be on the A team, and every time on A team, they had to find a way to get him on the plane. They had to knock him out, and it was always old Murdoch doing some old silly stuff, giving him a hell, knowing he was about to get on that plane. And he said, "I ain't gonna fall for that. You put me to sleep this time." What's his name? What was my man's name? What's his name? I think they call him Cap, but it was something else. What was his name? I got the Funko Pop. I can't even think of his name. But the leader of the A team, he always had to find a way to knock him out, give him some type of tranquilizer, put him under. And all of a sudden, wherever he's at, he's sleep, knocked out because he was scared of flying. That was his old thing. He was scared of flying. Mr. T was. Oh, that was so funny. Those were the good old days, right? Those are the good old days. Oh man. But guys, I just want to say this. Hannibal. That's it. J Dub come through with all the names. My man J Dub on time. I like that. Thank you, J Dub. I appreciate you. New Year's is here. Guys, I want you guys to make sure you are safe. Bring your New Year's in safe, man. Don't have too much to drink. And if you do, make sure you get you a ride home. You call your Uber, you call your cab, man, because I don't want to hear no stories come the day after New Year's, man, that one of you guys didn't make it, man, because of a decision that could have been prevented. I don't drink, so you won't see me out there drinking and driving. But sometimes you don't have to suffer because you was drinking and driving. It could be the next man or next woman drinking and driving and take you out. So I just want you guys to go out there, be safe. Have a great New Year's, man. Bring it in a safe but fun way as much as possible. You guys are very loyal to me, and I appreciate every one of you being here, man. I appreciate you. I promise you I do. I like it when you guys engage and interact. I decided to do the vertical thing, especially on sports, because sports, I kind of turn over new leaf, trying to do a little something different. Sports, I'm just going to do the show by myself, not really have to. When I do have some people on the panel, it's because we're going to have like some type of special, you know what I'm saying, where we have other people like my man Taylor and some other guys I will have up here talk about their teams, specific team. When we talk about fantasy, I'm going to have a guy here talk about fantasy. I'm going to have, a panel type thing. But when it's just me, I'm going to start doing the vertical and have fun with it. Shout out to Mufasa and Sporty for turning me on to this. Probably should have been that did it, right? But I'm slow. I'm old, guys. So y'all give me some grace. Give an old head some grace, man. I'm out here learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here learning, trying to make my show better, trying to make the basement fun and interactive and engaging and all that. Talk about sports, just trying to do something different, man. We ain't got a lot of sports talk in this sector. And so I'm just trying to bring it down and just have fun with it. Just have fun with it, man, and engaging. Because, ain't nobody want to talk about blame all the black women on this and blame all the men on this. I ain't trying to do all that all the time. I mean, I'm going to have opportunities on other shows and other ventures to do that. But when I'm over here, I want to talk about sports. I want to keep it strictly on sports. And it's, it's like the sanctuary. It's a safe place where everybody, it doesn't matter you're male or female, lady or man, woman or fella, a boy or girl, whatever the case may be, we can all talk about it. Sports is one of those things, man, that everybody can get into if you're into sports. But I just want the most important thing, I just want you guys to make sure you're safe. Make sure you have a great New Year's. Hopefully your Christmas as well, if that's what you celebrate, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever your case may be. But hey, guys, have a safe New Year's. Be safe out here. Guys, take care of yourself, guys. Take care of yourself. Your health is very important. We only get one shot at this thing, man. So, guys, do what you need to do. Let me say, the black man, protect yourself at all times. Whether you got to get on somebody's couch or somebody's Zoom meeting, do what you got to do for your mental. Do what you got to do for your mental, man. It's very important. And guys of a certain age, make sure you go get your prostate and colonoscopies. Do those things. Make sure you get a full physical. Make sure you get your blood work. Heart disease and diabetes, two amongst killers, the biggest killers amongst black men, man. Do what you got to do so you can stay on this world as long as you can. In order for that nepotism to work, you got to be around to see your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids come up. In order to do it, you got to be healthy, mentally as well as physically. So do what you got to do in order to do that. Hey, have a good time. Take a shot on me, because I don't drink, but take a shot on me. Have a good time. Enjoy your New Year's. Make sure you're bringing in white with your loved ones, your family, your wife, your girlfriends, your significant other. Do all those things, but do it safe. And that's the most important thing. With that being said, guys, I'm going to get up out of here, but I want you to have a great time and enjoy yourself. With that being said, I love every last one of y'all. Y'all be easy. Right on.